Hello and welcome to Rando Tech Info. So today we're talking about the ROG Phone 3. Now, this phone actually came out a few months ago, but the reason we're talking about it today is because it just recently became available here in the US. And despite this phone not being the latest phone to hit the market, it still might be the most impressive, at least from a purely specs perspective. This phone has a nearly 6.6-inch FHD Plus AMOLED display with a crazy fast response and touch sampling rate. It comes with the overclocked Snapdragon 865 Plus processor, comes standard with 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 storage, has a gigantic battery, has a triple camera setup, a crazy active cooling system inside of it, powerful forward-facing speakers that some people say are the best on any phone ever made, and a dongle that comes in the box that provides added cooling and puts a headphone jack on the phone that it does not have on its own. And of course, like any gaming phone, it's got those shoulder triggers to allow you to not have to overwork your thumbs, so you can focus on just moving around with those when you're playing those shooter type games and still use these to lay waste to your opponents. So as impressive as the specs on this phone is, no phone is perfect. This phone is no exception. The huge vents for the cooling system obviously keep it from having any kind of an IP rating. There's no wireless charging, although I don't know how often you will need to spot charge this phone with a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. And also the cameras aren't particularly impressive, at least according to some people. Some people actually really like the cameras on this phone. Some people say they're pretty meh. Once again, it just kind of depends on your preference and what you like. As it is a gaming phone, that's probably not most people's point in buying it, is for the cameras. So for most, I think that will be forgiven as well. As I mentioned before, this phone has been out for a while, so obviously tons of reviews have already been done on this device. So if you want to know more about it, including all the fancy schmancy little software tricks and gaming tricks that this phone has, I encourage you to go out there, read up on those, and help yourself make the most informed decision that you can. Finally, this phone is available right now with a starting price of $999 from Amazon, B&H, Mobile Advance, and ASUS's own US website. So you do have a few different options of where you pick up this phone, but despite where you pick up the phone, will it work on your US carrier? So if you're on AT&T or T-Mobile, the news here is very good. ASUS has come out and officially said this phone will be certified to work on both AT&T and T-Mobile's networks. That includes their low-band 5G and T-Mobile's mid-band 5G, so you're covered there. It uses all of T-Mobile's 4G bands, and it uses 8 out of 9 of AT&T's 4G bands, including both of their primary frequency bands. So if you're on either one of those carriers, you are good to go. You can buy this phone with confidence and know that it's going to work very well on your network. Now, unfortunately, if you're on Big Red Verizon, the news is not so good. So ASUS has officially actually come out and said this phone will not work or be supported on Verizon's network. It definitely won't work on their millimeter wave 5G because the phone does not support those frequency bands in the hardware. So that's definitely true. As far as whether the phone will work at all or not, some people have actually tried to use this phone on Verizon's network and said it does not work. It's dead in the water. You pop in your SIM, it does nothing. Other people, most notably PC Mag, has tried the phone on Verizon's network and they said it did work. Not 5G coverage, but they said they did actually get some 4G coverage with this phone. Now, I don't know who you want to believe. I don't know what the actual story is. I haven't actually tried this phone. I'm not even on Verizon, so I can't speak to this personally. But here's what I would say. If you're on Verizon, there's no guarantee that this phone will work. So if you want to roll the dice and try it, I would make sure before you hit that buy button that you can return the phone should it not work, so you can recoup your funds. As long as you can do that, then I say go ahead and try it and see what happens. But otherwise, I would probably steer clear of this device. Well, that's all the useful information I have today about the ROG Phone 3. Are you thinking about picking one of these up? If you do, come on back later. Let us know down in the comments what you think of it so other people can learn from your experience. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.